Good evening, everybody. This is Mr. Meadows' Guide to Internet Safety. Disclaimer: the thoughts and opinions expressed here are that of my own and don't reflect any employer. About Mr. Meadows. So who am I? I am currently a elementary computer lab facilitator. So this presentation will be at a lower level for those second through fifth grade students that I gave this to. Probably can be used if you have young people in your life. Probably could go up to middle school because I shared it with my middle schoolers, and I'm not sure how many of them watched it, but anyways. So I have an associate's degree in a networking software from Kaga Community College, and there I studied how computers work, how our networks work, and how to repair computers, how to administer user accounts, kind of like your Google account. I am currently independently studying information security. I am working towards the CompTIA Security Plus, which is where you harden these computers, you harden these networks in a shiny way, you fight the hackers. Vocabulary. So we go to the internet. We go online all the time. But what does that mean? And when I ask my students, and they're like, "Oh, it's the web browser. Oh, it's playing my games." And I'm like, "Well, it's more than that. We're talking about the physical parts of it. When you look at the computer that's in front of you, there's a wire, there's data, it goes to a server." And for some of them, that kind of clicked, that there was more parts than just sitting in front of a screen. Um, cyberbullying. Cyberbullying does exist, and it's more than just being mean in like if you're playing a game, it's being mean over the internet for no reason. And if it builds up, we'll talk more about how to help alleviate that problem. We'll talk about personal identifiable information. These are things like age, location, and phone number. These are things that when you set up an account, they might want it, but are they going to protect it? And if you're not going to give this to strangers. And then we have talk about clickbait. I lump in a lot of stuff. These are your banner ads on the side, images, some scam emails, and some fake news. You won't believe what happened next. Click here. Clicking next. Recently I was on YouTube and I see breaking news alert, and we click it and we wait for it to load, and then all of a sudden it's Rick rolled. And yes, this is something that we will talk about. Yes, this is the bait and switch. We were expecting breaking news, and then all of a sudden it's this guy. He's just dancing. So the bait and switch is your classic. This is a classic meme. It's when we were expecting one thing to happen, and we find out in the middle it's not what we're expecting. Recently, we talked about the hoax, or there was a big uproar in the school where there might have been possibly a video, innocent video, got spliced with something malicious, and all of a sudden everybody on the internet's freaking out. So yes, this does happen. You can either have it innocent of this guy just dancing, or something maybe more malicious. You just have to be wary of it. And if you see that contact, you can tell a trusted adult and have them block it. There's also these random things to do from the internet. And this even was before the internet became prevalent, but there's always, there's these dares and pranks and challenges for those people to get those viewers. These I dare you to eat this whole bushel of peppers. Why would you do that? They're silly pranks, but then some of them can lead to real serious danger. And then we have these random challenges. Somebody told me about a hot tub challenge of who can sit in a hot tub the longest, and that can lead to some medical danger. I only could really remember one positive internet challenge, and that's the ice bucket challenge, where you had to dump a bucket of ice over your head and donate it to a charitable cause. And hopefully we'll see more of those. Like earlier I told you, we got to put more good into this world than bad. So one part I forgot to mention when we were talking about what is the internet and what is going online, I asked my students, is the internet a good place or a bad place? And I was surprised about some of their response when they said it was a bad place. It was the worst place on earth. And then some reflected that it was a good place. And then there was some that were in the middle, and it was both. And I agree that it's both. It is a reflection of our world. There's good people, there's bad people. Some of us are doing good things out there, some of us are doing malicious things. So, as a reflection of our own world, there's some should and should not do's. We are going to talk about the should not do's. We want to make sure we're not sharing our user passwords or user accounts. Yes, our friends might say, hey, just let me log in as you. But if they start sending, they have your account, then they can start sending emails out. And then we have to investigate in school of, okay, was it you or was it them? And how can we find out? Never agree to meet up with anyone. We got that stranger danger that even, you guys have been told, even as we become older, if any, as we become adults, we meet up in public places. We want to make sure we're not meeting up in dark alleys. And be careful what you're posting or trading personal pictures. Once they're out there and you give them somebody, they now have them. And who knows what they're going to do with them. Be wary of what you post on your social media. So we all hear about, somebody posting, oh, I'm going to go on vacation, and their house gets robbed. Also, with these social media pictures, if you post a picture of everyday activities, you can, if somebody is tracking you with all these unverified, friends that you have on your social media, then they can put the breadcrumbs together and figure out you're probably going to be here in the future. Our should do's. We want to make sure we keep our personal information private. So we kind of lost our privacy in that social media world, and we got to try to regain our privacy and safety. And make sure you're signing out of your Google account on these shared devices. I've had students sit at these, we're sharing all these computers. If you guys don't sign out of your accounts, the next person can pretend they are you. And then we go back to what I talked about a minute ago, where we have to investigate when was this activity done, and who should be held responsible. And remember, stay on home and school approved sites. These are your safe, well-known sites. We don't have to worry so much about those banner ads and click here to believe this as much. We still have to keep, know that it's ads. But, and for any reason that you get into a place that you're concerned about, tell it and share with a trusted adult. We are going to talk about passwords and two-factor. So as we start signing in, joining these websites will require us to have usernames or logins. We might want to use the same login. So if you're Ninja on Fortnite, you also might want to be Ninja on Twitch and YouTube. That way people know who you are. You can build that brand. People were like, oh, this is their username on everything. That's their handle. So yes, that you can do that. But it's a good practice to use different passwords on these sites. And some sites are even asking you to set up two-factor authentication that will send a code to your phone for extra security. If you can write down these user accounts and keep them in a safe place. We're not going to keep them in our book bag so somebody can, grab them out of your book bag and become you. But if you're at home, it's a trusted space. There's also some password managers out there for adults, and as you get older, that will help you store those passwords. Talking about that two-factor authentication. Fortnite even got on board with to protecting your user account, and will even give you a free emote. So if that was a kind of a buy-in for some people. So about that cyberbullying and other dangers, remember, we're always going to tell a trusted adult if we're concerned for any reason. Share the images or text messages with the adults, and they can help investigate it. If it's something very bad, they can share it with proper authorities. So our big 3 takeaways from this discussion: we do not want to share or reuse our passwords and user accounts. We want to keep on those safe sites. And we also want to help others stay safe. Talking about others. So, talking about others, we want to make sure we tell and teach others about how to stay safe on the internet. We want to talk to our family members of how they are staying safe on the internet. And maybe, if they're less knowledgeable, you're got to go back to number one and tell and teach them. You might be the go-to person in your family. And remember, number three, we are all in this together. We are all human beings. Like I said earlier, some are doing good, some are doing bad, and we just got to put more good out there than there is bad. Remember, internet safety. It is important to keep you and your friends and family safe. A resource I am also going to provide everybody with is Brain Pop Jr. It is another website that talks about internet safety. I've used this resource with my elementary students earlier in the year. We watched a almost 4-minute video. We took our quizzes. I feel that it'd be, like I said earlier, if you have people of this age, would be a good resource. They seem to enjoy the video. I appreciate your time of watching this, and I hope you guys get some beneficial knowledge or are able to share this. Thank you.